Welcome back, and we are live with Pat Muncie, Editor-in-Chief of the Kokomo Perspective. Welcome, Pat.
And I'm Pat Muncie, Editor-in-Chief of the Kokomo Perspective.
You can calm down. It's all right. Don't be nervous.
Card 3. Okay. And I'm with Chad McCarter. He has a radio show. Came back from TV. It's kind of a step down for him, so we're going to have him on the show today. And I'm Pat Muncie, Editor-in-Chief of the Kokomo Perspective.
And scene. Welcome, Pat, to the show.
Wait.
There's no one in your ear.
Okay. What's up?
So there's some exciting news going on in Kokomo today.
Is there?
There is.
I have not been into Kokomo today.
Dong Yang is coming. And it's here today at 3:30.
At 3:30 today. They'll have a contingent from Dongyang, China. They're here for a sister city arrangement with the city of Kokomo. Mayor Goodnight and Council President Mike Kennedy will be signing an agreement with Dongyang officials, and I'm not exactly sure what that's going to mean for the city. They're talking about educational exchanges. They're talking about business exchanges, possible
culturally
new businesses, coming to Kokomo and culturally. So we imagine that'll be a good thing. This is not our first sister city, though. We have one allegedly in Portugal, Braga, Portugal. Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Never
been there.
I didn't even know about it.
They don't call. So,
they don't write.
Right. No
Please
business.
write to us.
So hopefully the Dongyang guys will be a little more involved.
It really does sound pretty exciting, honestly. And then there's a reception at 4:30. It's all going down at City Hall.
And I'm hearing that they're landing at the tarmac now. And
Nice.
no, I think they'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. How could it be bad for the city of Kokomo to have a sister city where you have the possibility of exchanging some resources? One of the things that they're really looking forward to is a possible exchange program with Kokomo Center Schools, where you would have exchange students coming and living here and taking classes here, and possibly sending some Kokomo students to China, which would be an unusual experience. Something I would like to do. I think I can go back to school just to go to China. That would be great. I skipped a few grades anyway.
Yeah, they didn't want you in class.
They didn't.
But you know what? Some of that curriculum, even when I'm helping my nephews with their schoolwork, there's sometimes I may need to go back to high school because I don't even remember the questions.
Oh, yeah. I have a 15-year-old daughter who's taking all kinds of classes. I have no idea what to do. It's like, geometry. I barely remember geometry. So.
I'm telling you, right, I'm going to throw myself under the bus. If it hadn't been for Leah, my friend in geometry, I wouldn't have passed. There was a lot of times I'd be like, what's the answer to number 2? Sorry, I did it. I cheated. I'll throw myself under the bus. Geometry was not my favorite subject.
Yeah, I understand. Well, about this China thing, Dongyang is known for several things. Some things we won't talk about, some things we will. Dongyang is the Hollywood of China.
You're kidding. Nope. I did not know that.
The Hengdian World Studios is the largest movie studio in the world.
Really?
And all of the Chinese movies that make it over to America, and get a wide release are usually shot there. So they're a bit of a tourist attraction as well.
Wow.
Maybe we'll have some movies shot in Kokomo as a result. You never know.
Well, wouldn't that be awesome?
I think I'll be there for the tryouts, definitely.
Kind of like American Idol that starts tonight.
What's that?
American Idol, a singing competition. I see you sing. I hear you singing all over the hallways.
You do not hear me singing.
And dancing.
All right, maybe a little bit.
Well, I that's kind of interesting because I genuinely didn't know that. Do you know what the population is, or?
830,000.
Really?
So it's,
wow.
But apparently 830,000 in Chinese numbers is the same as 50,000 in American numbers.
Oh, really?
If that makes any sense at all, because there are 4 or 5 times the size
sure.
of the United States in population. So seriously, an 800,000 population town is the analog of a 50,000 city in the United States. So roughly, per capita, we're the same.
Wow, that is, so you technically could call it a sister city.
You could, yeah. They call it a county. Dongyang's actually a county, but I think county means city in this situation. They've got 8 or 9 villages and the main town and all kinds.
Do they speak a lot of English, being that they have to be in the?
I don't know. I know that with a lot of Far Eastern languages. They are limited in their vocabulary, so a lot of words from the English language get borrowed into their languages. So I would guess that they know some English words just because there are concepts that need to be expressed that they don't have a word for. But I don't know if the Chinese are like a lot of other countries where they teach English as a compulsory class. Something that we ought to be doing, as a nation is teaching language at a young age, compulsory, so that we're multilingual.
I've always wanted to do that, honestly. You're going to learn a lot about me in these shows. I've always wanted to do that. Spanish was always just one of those languages that I'd like to learn.
I took 2 years of it, and I don't know. I knew enough that when I took a placement test in college for Spanish, I got halfway through the test and realized I didn't know any of the answers, so I just started filling them out at random. Tested into third year. That was
nice.
Yeah, nice. That was one of those where it's all in the native language and you're not allowed to speak English. I raised my hand. Me olvidó. I gotta leave. I don't know. So I'm not so good at the Spanish.
So what else is going on in Kokomo?
Let me see. Let's see.
Oh.
No, not that one. Okay, here. There. Center Township?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Center Township.
You really don't have to.
I'm sorry. I made a mess. Did you see that? All right. Center Township wants to build a building, a pole barn storage facility in downtown Kokomo so that they can put their supplies for emergency needs for people who are suddenly homeless or in a crisis situation. They come to Center Township for assistance.
Sure.
They keep some of the stuff in stock right now, but they don't have any place to store it. So the idea originally was to put it in a duplex across the street, across Jefferson Street from the Center Township facility, but apparently that structure is dilapidated to the point that it's not really usable.
Oh, wow.
They wanted to tear it down. The city has a moratorium on demolition of buildings in the downtown core district area, district. So they weren't allowed to tear it down, but they had a vacant lot, so they decided they'd build there. Went through the zoning process last month, and I believe it's on track. However, the city of Kokomo has gotten involved at this point and asked them to think about other options because they really don't want to put warehousing in an area that they prefer to have, low density residential.
Sure.
So they're discussing that right now. I mean, the good news is Center Township is doing something for the community. When certain of us are in a crisis situation, they're there to help out, which is great. That's what they're supposed to do. And kudos to the mayor for trying to protect the integrity of the downtown area and keep it residential.
Well, because if you haven't been downtown lately, it is starting to thrive a little bit more. We're seeing a lot of stores pop up, a lot more, even condos coming downtown, so that people are walking a little bit more.
From a perspective, we're downtown.
We are downtown.
Right now.
Live. But it is genuinely starting to pop up a little bit more. You do have your mom and pop shops.
Sure.
Rum Academy brings.
I ate grapes last week.
It's nice.
I liked it.
The tenderloin is bigger than my head, and I'm not lying.
I've had the pulled pork.
Was it good?
Oh, spicy barbecue. Definitely.
Yum. But genuinely, I mean, it's nice that people do care, and all over town. I'm not just saying that downtown, but
they only care in downtown. Don't Southsiders. You don't care. You don't care.
That's not true.
Chad McCarter said Southsiders don't care.
I care about everyone.
You heard it right here. Only downtown people care in Kokomo. That's why we care as downtown.
It is what it is.
Westsiders, you kind of care.
That's Pat Muncy.
No.
So,
editor of the Kokomo Perspective.
That's Pat.